Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is doing good. My name is Cyber Driver, aka CD, and welcome back to Skate Six Radio. We are finally recording episode 2. I don't know what made me want to do it, but for some reason I wanted the next episode to be about Persona 5. I think it's because around the time I started Skate Six Radio, I was still playing the game, but I was closer to the end, and I could kind of see that I was closer to the end of the game. So I was like, that's something that we have to talk about. I have to talk about this game. Oh wait, hold on. Last video, it was more of like a rant video. I talked about like how my life was doing at the moment, and then the video before that, we started gaming on the channel. We played Bully, and I'm gonna record part 2 soon. So if you're into that, if you missed the last 2 videos, I'm gonna go ahead and link them down below. I hope you guys like them. You know what? I'm gonna get straight to the point. So without further ado, for this intro gets too long, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and let's get into it. Okay, I just finished Persona 5. As I'm recording this, I just finished Persona 5 literally yesterday. Like literally last night. I beat all the palaces and the boss. Oh wait, but no, I'm gonna save for later. I beat all the palaces. I beat all the boss fights. I beat the whole story. Like Persona 5 is done. Like I can't really the next if I ever hop on it again, I'm gonna have to play a new game, basically, like, or new game plus or something like that. And before we start, I need to go ahead and make it clear. I will be spoiling the game. I will be spoiling the game. I will be spoiling the game. I'm so sorry. I will be spoiling the game. I'm so sorry. So if you plan on playing Persona 5, if you haven't beat Persona 5 yet, I don't recommend watching this. If you know you're not gonna play Persona 5 anytime soon, or if you already beat it, this is really for y'all. or if like you don't care for spoilers or that kind of thing. Because I know some people don't care about spoilers. I don't care about spoilers sometimes. It kind of depends on what it is. Like certain franchises I don't care, and then some franchises I do. Like for example, like I don't like if I get spoilers for like My Hero Academia or something like that, like I don't really care, because like stuff that I don't really watch like that, I don't mind getting spoilers for. But yeah, anyway, I recently beat the game. I spent almost a year trying to beat it too. I started playing it in May of last year, I think, or it was like no, it was last year, I think. It was a burp, excuse me. And I didn't finish the game until April 8th. April 8th of 2026, bro. I want to talk about how I found out about the game for a moment. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I didn't know shit about Persona 5. I did not know anything about Persona 5. I just knew it looked cool. Like I had this thing, like I liked it. I like anime style games, right? And I knew Persona 5 was that type of game. Like I'm into stuff like Ace Attorney and Danganronpa, is that how you say it? Stuff like that. And I knew Persona 5 was similar when it came to like those style games, like JRPG games. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about the game. I knew that I used to watch Corey Kenshin a lot, right? And he would always have Persona 5 music in his videos. I didn't know it was Persona 5 music yet, but we'll get to that later. And he would have like Persona 5 like posters in his room and shit like that. That was all I knew about it. I knew it was a game, but I never knew like what all Persona 5 was. What made me get it, because like I said, I went in blind. What made me get it was the fact that like I have a lot of on my on my PlayStation game store, I have a lot of games on my wish list. That way, like if it goes on sale, I'll know about it. One day I was just like really bored. It had been a few months since I've been in high school. It's been like almost a year for that I got out of high school for. And I was just bored one day. And I was on the PlayStation store, and I just saw Persona 5 on sale for like $10. I was like, oh shit. I had money to spend, so I was like, okay, why not just get it? And when I tell y'all I was fucking hooked, like from the millisecond I started it all the way to the very end, like bro, like I went in not knowing anything about the game, and I think genuinely that was probably the best decision I ever made. Like I think if I knew, I don't know, I think if I knew about the game, I probably wouldn't have played it. If that makes sense. One of the main things that had me hooked was just how interesting the whole thing was. Like, I hope I'm making sense. Like, this game was insanely different from the ones I played in the past, right? Because usually, I love me. If y'all know me, y'all know I love a good storytelling game. I love a game with a plot. Like, I don't really. Combat is okay. I'm not too into combat like that. I mean, unless I'm playing like fighting focused games. Like if I'm playing something like Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat, I like combat when it's like all combat focused. I never played a game that was literally a mixture of everything. I never played a game that was a mixture of combat, storytelling. What else? What else? Decision based. Like I never played a game that somehow managed to mix every fucking thing. Because I played I think I talked about this with y'all. I'm a big fan of games like Life is Strange, GTA 5, Watch Dogs 2. Like, and those were story based games, and sometimes they did have a little bit of combat, but I never played anything like this. Like, right, I don't know. Like, I saw somebody talk about it online, but I think one of the main things that makes Persona 5 a bit different is the fact that your time is limited, right? When you play games like GTA 5 and Watch Dogs 2 and shit like that, hypothetically, if you beat the whole story, you can still go on with the game, right? Like for example, like if you play GTA 5 and you complete the if you play GTA 5 and you complete the whole story mode, you can still play as Franklin, Michael, and Trevor, and you can still do like the side missions and shit like that. When you play Watch Dogs 2, same with them. Like you can still, even if you beat the game, you can still play and unlock certain missions and do side missions and shit like that, and still like you can still unlock shit even after you complete it. Once you complete Persona 5, that shit is done. Like what? Like for real? Like nobody talks about that shit. Once you complete Persona 5, that shit is over. You cannot go back. So like they make you feel like your time is unlimited, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like okay, Persona 5 makes it clear that your time is limited, but they make you feel like it's not. Like from the way that you play it, it feels like you have so many opportunities, but at the same time, your time is limited. I hope I'm making sense. This is probably like also Persona 5 is probably the most freedom I ever got in a game. I like, bruh, the way that I was low key free to do literally whatever for like the entire game. I never played a game where it felt like my choices genuinely mattered. Like it's I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier, I play decision based stuff. I play Life is Strange, the Walking, like Telltale's The Walking Dead. Like I'm used to story. No, not story. I'm used to story. Fuck. I'm used to decision based games, right? When when I play certain, no disrespect, when I be playing certain decision based games, it don't really feel like your choices matter. If I'm making sense, like for example, when it came to um when it came to Life is Strange Before the Storm, I felt like none of the choice. I feel like regardless of which ones you pick, it did not matter. And we could talk about how Life is Strange low key messed up their story a little bit. That's for another video. But when it comes to certain decision based games, it feels like no matter what choice you make, the game is still gonna turn out a certain way. You know what I mean? Like so at the end of the day, your decisions didn't really matter. I hate games like that where like they front and pretend to be decision based, and they pretend to tell you that your choices matter, but they really don't. I can't stand shit like that. The Walking Dead, the Walking Dead low-key did that shit too, if we being for real. Especially season 2. Oh my gosh. Season 2, they make you feel like your choices might as well just be dog shit. Like the way that it does not matter who you pick. I mean, not what you pick. It don't matter who you save. The fact that the game still happens is fucking ridiculous. Like, for example, I'm not gonna say a name, but there's a certain character in The Walking Dead season 2 that you can save, and if you do, they end up dying like 5 minutes later. So for those that played it, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. There's a certain character in The Walking Dead season 2. If you save them, they will literally die 5 minutes later. I'm like, that pissed me off so bad. That pissed me off so bad. It's not about that. But back to my point. There are certain games that make you feel like your decisions really do not fucking matter. When I played Persona 5, I could literally feel the decisions I made. Right. I could literally feel the impact of the decisions I made. Like, and there are so many different things to do in Persona 5. Like, y'all don't understand. There are so many different things to do. It kind of feel like real life in a way. I think that was the point. You can literally get multiple jobs. You can hang out with damn near everybody. You can hang out with anybody, really, we're being honest. You can work on like your stats and stuff. For those that don't know, you have like stats in Persona 5. I think it's charm, guts, knowledge. It's 5 total, right? Guts, charm, knowledge, kindness, and proficiency, right? And certain things that you do throughout the game, it can improve one of those stats. And I think the max level is level 5. I think you start off on like level 1 with most of your stats, and then as the game progresses, you'll probably end up on like level 4, level 5. Like, I think most players can like max out their stats. But anyway, you can literally, there are so many things in Persona 5 that you can put your time into. And they have like the confidant system where like basically like the people that you hang out with, and you can improve those relationships as well. And depending on how far you go in the relationship, it actually improves your gameplay. Like, for example, there's like this one character that like if you get max with her, we'll talk about it later, but if you get max with her, you can literally have more time in your day throughout the game. We'll talk about it in a minute. But one of the main things I liked about Persona 5 was the fact that you weren't confined to doing just one thing. You there were so many things you could do with your time. On most days. We're gonna talk about it. On most days. Okay, we need to talk about the games, right? Like the Persona 5 games. Don't hate me. I played Persona 5 Vanilla. I had no clue I was probably supposed to get Royal until I beat which palace comes after Kamoshida? I forgot. the second palace. I didn't find out I was probably supposed to play Royal until I beat the second palace. I was like, well, shit. Because for those that don't know, there's Persona 5 and there's Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal gets more love, and you should probably play that if I'm being honest. But I played Persona 5 Vanilla because that was the one that was on sale. That was the one I got for $10. I didn't, and with the PlayStation Store, Persona 5 Royal don't really go on sale like that. It really don't. I think the cheapest it'll go is like $20 some. But I'm like, ain't nothing gonna beat $10. Not the point. Not the point. Y'all can get on me. I'm probably not gonna play Persona 5 Royal solely because I don't think I missed out on that much. I really don't. I think Persona 5 Royal, it's like an extra semester. First of all, like the game is literally longer. Like it extends itself in Royal. And there's literally an extra character. No. There's like a few extra characters that progress the story and are very important to the story. But other than that, I don't think I missed out on anything. Like there's a character with red hair. I forgot her name. But I'm like, I feel like they should have added her in the first one. I'm not about to buy a whole new game for mostly the same story. I feel like maybe as years go by, I might change my mind and play Royal. But like for right now, I'm not gonna play it because I don't think solely because I don't think I missed out on much. Um, we gotta talk about we gotta talk about the characters for a second, right? Persona 5 doesn't shy away from the fact that the system is corrupt and that there's corrupt people in it. Because like I love how some of the characters are written. And like low key, I can't prove it, but I think some of the villains I'm like very sure some of the Persona 5 villains were based on real life people. I'm very sure. And I say that because like some of the bosses are like creeps and people that prey on kids. I think one of the bosses was like there's a few bosses that are billionaires actually. I think that was saying a lot. We're gonna get to that. It was creeps, billionaires, corrupt politicians. Like I'm like 98% sure that the villains of Persona 5 they were either based on real life or okay, wait, no. They're either super duper realistic or they're based on actual people. We could talk about the corrupt politicians, but that's for a whole another day. um what else did I want to talk about? I'm not gonna try to recap the whole story because if I'm being honest, I really don't want to. And also if I tried to just now, I'm gonna have to edit it out. I tried to recap it just now, and I sounded like I wasn't making any damn sense. So I'm just gonna have to talk about the shit that I remember. The game is insanely long, by the way. I think this is my most played game. I think me personally, I spent 120 hours 123 hours on the game, right? And I think that's the main average. Apparently, like the average player, they get like 100 to 150 hours on it. That's how much I got. And considering that, there was so much. There was so much. There was so much in that game that I probably won't be able to talk about because like I either don't remember it or like I just don't want to recall it. Like it just certain parts of the game. Persona 5 felt so long and so short at the same time, bro. Like, and I think that's because the palaces were long, but the palaces were long, but the time outside the palaces that felt short. Like the time that you were living as like a regular person, that felt short. And that might be on me. That might have been because of how I spent my time. Because like we said earlier, there was so much to do in Persona 5. I might have. I'm not gonna say I wasted my time, but I do feel like I should have spent my time in other ways. Because y'all know how like at the very end you get to say goodbye to all of your confidants and something like you get to say goodbye to all of your friends and shit. Apparently, I saw this on Reddit. I could be wrong. Apparently, you have to max out all of your confidants in order to say goodbye to them on the final day. Because I was only able to say bye to like 2 people. I wish that they didn't do that shit. I wish that like you could have had them. I wish I could have lowered it. Like I wish they could have been like, okay, if you have like rank 5 with this person, they'll say goodbye to you on the last day. I hate that we had to max out all of them in order to get our goodbyes on the last day. The game does a really good job at three-dimensional characters. I think that's what it is. The game does a really good job at writing the villains, at writing the friends. Because if you hang out with your friends, every single friend has a storyline. Every single friend has a side plot that's like semi important to the game. Because technically, hanging out with your friends are considered side missions in Persona 5. The game does a really good job of giving every single character something. Like, nobody is a flat character. Like, nobody is a plain character in this game. Nobody. Like, even the villains ain't plain. Like, nobody is regular. Nobody is just like, nobody's boring. If there's one thing that this game is good at doing, it's keeping your attention. Like, I can't recall. Yes, I can. We're gonna talk about it. I can't recall not one time where I was bored. Burnt out, yes, but I wasn't bored though. Because one of the main things I fucking hated was Mementos, bitch. I fucking hated Mementos. I hated that shit. I hated it. And when I learned at the end we had to go back to Mementos, I was mad as hell. When I tell you I did everything in my power to avoid Mementos, I did everything in my power to avoid that shit. I fucking hated Mementos. I fucking despise the Mementos. I don't want to go back. I don't ever want to go back. And y'all might get mad at me. I play Persona 5 on safe mode too. And before y'all hop on me, I started off on normal mode. By the way, before y'all hop on me, I started off on normal mode, and I was fine up until Okumura's palace. Okumura, you don't really see him till like later on, towards the end of the game, kind of towards the end of the game. Okumura was my last fucking straw, and I think it's because I probably wasn't leveled up like I should have been. I probably wasn't at the level that I should have been on, but I was dying so many times to the point. I was dying so many times to the point where I was fucking losing my sanity and shit. I was like, look, I gotta put this on the easiest mode possible. When I learned that even if I die, I can be revived mid battle, that's when I put it on safety mode or safe mode. Bro, because I know what y'all gonna say. I don't regret it. I don't regret doing it because I'm like, the way that I was struggling in the game, the way that I was struggling, I don't regret that shit not once. And for those wondering if the battles got boring and repetitive, they did. But I'm like, I would rather take that. I'm not really a combat person for real. So safe mode was like perfect for me. And safe mode is also for the people that want to just enjoy the story. I'm kind of like that. So like that's the one that I picked. And I don't really care who gets mad at me for it because I will put a game on easy mode so fast. Like the millisecond, I play games to have fun. So the millisecond that I start getting irritated with a game, the millisecond that I stop having a hard time, that's when I lower the difficulty. And I've done that with like every single Resident Evil game. Like the millisecond I started getting pissed off, I'm like, okay, yeah, we gotta lower the level. It's like, not to say that I can't beat the game. Like I could probably do it if I really tried, but like again, I don't play games to get irritated. I feel I bought the game, so I should decide how I want to play it, and that goes for all gamers. To be honest, the millisecond it start getting hard, don't be ashamed to lower that difficulty. Ain't nobody gonna know unless you tell them. That's what I'm saying. Y'all didn't know. I could have fronted like I played it on normal mode, but I didn't. I barely have anything negative to say about the game. If I'm being honest, I don't have anything negative to say about it. It was something so new, and I low key I think I needed it. Like I'm not gonna hold you because when I first started playing the game, I was at a point in my life where I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I still don't. I still don't. When I first found the game though, I was at a point in my life where I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know, like, I was depressed on top of that, so days were kind of just passing for me, right? I think I could be exaggerating. I think I found this game at the right time. I really, this is one of the main things one of the main things in my life where I feel like I found it when I was supposed to. I found it right when I was supposed to. Because one of the main things that Persona 5 puts an emphasis on is time, right? And time and how you spend it. And regardless of what you do in the game, you're not gonna get that time back. You can't unless you like do like a lot of saves. You can't rewind the day, right? Like it's not really allowed like that. Who you hang out with and how you spend your time and what you do with your time, you're not gonna get it back. Regardless of what you choose to do, you're not gonna get that time back. Like for example, we're not gonna get yesterday back. It don't matter what you did yesterday. It don't matter who you hung out with yesterday. Regardless, you're not gonna have yesterday again. Does that make sense? Like Persona 5 puts an emphasis on that. And I think we could low key apply that to real life. It don't matter what the fuck we do. It don't matter what the fuck we do. We not gonna get that time back. So like, why not just do what you want to do with the time that you have? That's the message I got. That's one of the main messages I got from Persona 5. But themes aside, I do want to talk about like what I most had fun with, what I had the most fun with in the game, right? Excuse me. I really, as somebody that loves like the storytelling, I really loved the life outside of the palaces. I thought that was really cool. I like how I think this was the first JRPG I played. Cause I like Danganronpa, but I never played it. Um, it was really cool to see. The best way I can describe this game was like a breath of fresh air, especially considering like the games that I mentioned earlier. Those were the games that I was into. So like I always love trying new things game wise. So that was really an eye opener for me. Um, what else did I like? Oh, I like I like how it's hard to be broke in this game. Like think about it. Hold on, think about it. It is really hard to be broke in Persona 5 because when you're in the palaces, when you whoop somebody's ass and you win, you get money for that. You get yen for that, right? Um, what else can you get yen from? You can have like 5 different jobs. I think. Wait, can you? You can get like multiple different jobs. You can work at a flower shop. You can work at a convenience store. You can work at a beef bowl shop or something like that. You can work at a restaurant. You can work at LeBlanc. With Sojiro. Wait, do you make money from that? I forgot. But yeah, you can work at multiple different places. So even like it is impossible to be broke. And then me, what I did, I applied to like every job. I applied to every job. And not to mention certain jobs help you with your stats as well. Like for example, if you work at the flower shop, it increases your kindness. And I was, bro, when I learned that, I was freaking grinding at the flower shop, bro. I was grinding every day at the flower shop so I could like bump my kindness up. And also, if you wanted to hang out with Futaba, you had to have your kindness at a certain level. So I was working at the job for multiple reasons. But anyway, it is impossible to be broke. Like I think I ended the game with 4 million yen. It is impossible. And then if you go to mementos, you get paid too. Like when you're fighting, you get paid. And when you find items in palaces, you can go to the airsoft shop and sell them and get yen for that. So like, bro, it's impossible to be broke. I don't know how the fuck some players be broke when they play. I don't know how y'all be broke because I'm like, that shit is impossible. That shit is impossible. It is impossible to be broke. That was one of the main things I loved about it because in certain games that you play, it is so hard to get money. I don't know why. Where was a game where it was hard as fuck to get money? Shit, I can't think about it. I can't think about it. But there were certain games that I played where it was hard as hell to get a coin. It was hard. Low key, nah. I'll use it as an example. Low key, if you play Animal Crossing without treasure islands or without like any, if you play Animal Crossing without any help whatsoever, it takes a very very long time to get bills. I'm not saying you can't get bills. I'm saying it takes way longer to get bills if you don't have any help. So when you play a game that makes it easy to get money, I loved it more with that because you do have to buy a lot of things in Persona 5. So that was one of the things that I did. Like I also liked the we probably just, I think I just talked about it. I love the plots that everybody has. I love the side plots that every single character has because depending on who you hang out with, it's a different storyline. Like you said, like I said, no character is plain. No character is boring as shit. Um, I liked Ryuji the most, so I maxed my relationship with him, and I liked his storyline, and I thought that was really cool. Like his storyline was literally him bettering himself. Is that a word? Bettering? Bitch, I don't know. You can literally see him improving himself after the shit that happened with Kamoshida. And like you literally see him evolving. You see all, and when you hang out with the characters, you can literally see them evolving after the shit that they went through. Because every character that you meet, they they're related to the palaces that you go to, right? And I think on and Ryuji were related to the first palace. You can literally see them come to accept who they are and kind of just evolve throughout the game. I love that shit. Who did I max out with? I maxed out with Ryuji, Morgana. That kind of happened with the story. I almost maxed out Akechi, but that didn't happen. Oh my gosh, we're gonna talk about Akechi in a minute too, because I can't stand his ass. I almost maxed out with Akechi, so I don't we don't count him. Was it Sai? Makoto's sister? I maxed out with her. Damn. Oh, Igor. I think that happened with the story though. That kind of, that kind of just happened. There's some confidants that kind of rank up automatically with the story. Who else? Is it Mishima or Mishima? I be saying his name wrong so many. I said his name wrong so many times when I was reading out loud with Persona. I kept thinking his name was Mishima, bro. Um, I almost maxed out with him. I think I was rank 9. I was on rank 9 with a few people. I was trying to get my rank up with Futaba, but it was too late. By the time I started a relationship with her, it was way too late. By the time I started a friendship with her, like the game was damn near ending. That was on me. Um, the one thing I regret, I never hung out with Haru, bro. I never hung out with Haru. I didn't know that you could. I did not know that you could because I didn't know that she was on the roof, bro. I didn't know that she was at the rooftop of the school. I didn't know, bro. I never was able to hang out with her. Cause half because I didn't know, and the other half was because like I'm not gonna say I never found the time. I had the time. I didn't plan my days correctly like I should have. So I wasn't able to hang out with her for real. But I was so curious to see what her storyline was like, bro. I wanted my friendship with Makoto to go up, but again, I didn't plan my days right. I didn't plan my days right. I'm not gonna say I didn't have time. I'm gonna just say I didn't plan my days right. Um, if I could go back, if I could replay Persona 5 again, I would have worked on my friendships with Futaba, Makoto, Yusuke a little bit. I would have tried. To hang out with Haru. I would have tried. I would have completed Sojiro. Oh shit! I was on rank 8 or 9 with Sojiro, bro, and we was almost at max. We was almost at the max, but I didn't know I needed max kindness to go through with his story. I didn't know I needed that. I was so mad when I found out. I thought I was good, bro. Because in order, like I said, in order to hang out with Futaba, you need a certain level of kindness, right? So I thought I was good. I thought I was good. When I finally started hanging out with Futaba, I thought I was good. I didn't know I needed extra kindness to hang out with Sojiro. I did not know I needed that. I was mad as hell. And by the time I found out, the game was damn near ending. So I'm like, damn, I can't do it. Which goes back to my point. Regardless of how you spend the time, you ain't gonna get it back. I wouldn't, bro. The amount of times I wish I could rewind, but I saved. It was too late. I already saved the game. The amount of times I wish I could rewind and do shit again, bro. And low-key, we could apply it to real life. I'm pretty sure we all have something. We all have at least one thing where, like, if we hypothetically, if we went back in time, we would change that shit. I think we all have something like that. I think there's also a level of acceptance that comes with Persona 5 as well. Like you kind of, regardless of how you play the game, you kind of have to accept the outcome of it. And apparently there was multiple endings to Persona 5. I think I might be thinking about Royal though. Apparently there's multiple endings. There's like a bad ending too. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Oh my! I don't know why I've been talking. I didn't even talk about the art style of the game, bro. Oh, bro, which is why I said it was so different. I never saw an art style like Persona 5. I never saw anything like it, bro. Now, aesthetically speaking, if we talking aesthetics alone, Persona 5 got it, bro. Like the red and black color palette, like it's fucking fire. And time you start up the game, it literally feels like you're watching a show. Like time you start up the game, there's an anime opening every time you start up the game. There's like a theme song that plays every time you start the game. It literally feels like you're watching an anime. And I love that. I fucking love that. I fucking love that's like the top. I know as you play the game, the art style is kind of pushed to the back of your head for a while, but like, bro, I will never artistically we're probably never gonna get another game like Persona 5. Like I'm being so for real. Not just Persona 5, the whole Persona series. I'm like, in terms of the art style, we ain't never gonna get nothing like that. I could be wrong though. And red has always been like a color that I kind of struggled with. Like I've never had I never liked red. You know what I mean? Like not to say I hated the color, but it just wasn't a color that was my favorite, like something I thought about. So I kind of stayed away from the color red. Bro, Persona 5 low key made me like the color red. Like the way that I don't know. I don't know, like can I say they made the color red look good? I don't know. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I want to say that. I don't know if I want to say that. If you hate the color red, Persona 5 makes you like it. Does that make sense? Like they handled the color red with such grace. Like like I don't know, though their color palette, you could tell it was intentional. Doesn't red represent rebellion or something like that? Hold on, I need to look it up. Because that might have a lot to do with it. Hold on, let me look it up. Okay, it symbolizes action, strength, energy, and passion. Okay. Oh, also courage and desire and confidence. Okay, see, yeah. So like Wait, I think that okay. So if we're using that logic, right? I think that could be said for Persona 4 and 3, like the blue color palette for Persona 3, and then the yellow for Persona 4. Maybe Atlas, like maybe they picked their colors intentionally. So like so fuck. Maybe they pick their colors according to the theme of the game. Maybe that could be me. That could be me, like just overthinking it. So with that being said, Persona, because I'm planning on playing Persona 4 and 3 soon after I play Strikers. Because okay, I want to play Strikers, Persona 5 Strikers, and then I want to play 4. I want to go down. I want to play Persona 4 and then 3, and then hopefully 2 and 1. I don't think they remade 2 and 1. I don't think they're accessible. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to look it up later. But with that being said, we can assume that the energy in Persona 4 and 3, they're going to be completely different compared to 5. And I think they're going to represent different things. Like it's going to be the same. It's going to be a similar premise, but they're going to represent um different things, and they're going to give different messages. I think I could be wrong. That's just my assumption before I play it. Um. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's talk about the shit that I didn't like. Let's talk about the shit that I didn't like. I think I have to talk about it. Um. Let me start with the characters. Okay. Y'all might get on me for it. I could not stand Morgana, bitch. I cannot stand Morgana. Okay, not stand. I had a love hate relationship with Morgana, bro. The way, okay, let's gameplay wise, the way that you literally cannot go out if Morgana says so. Like I fucking hated that shit. I hated that. Like after an event or something. No, okay, after going to a palace, I understand because like Joker's tired, he wants to go to sleep. I understand that shit. But the shit where the days where it don't have nothing to do with the palace and Morgana made me go to sleep, I got mad as hell about that. He don't let you leave your room. He don't let you craft nothing. You can't make no lockpicks or nothing for the palace. Like you can't do anything. You can't play video games before you go to sleep. You can't do anything if Morgana says so. I hate that when it came to Morgana, his word was law, bitch. I hated that shit. I fucking hated that. And then the part where Morgana's not even home, my first thought was like, oh shit, I get to go out. Nah, bro. Tell me why Joker was like, no, I need to stay home in case Morgana come back. Man, fuck Morgana, bitch. I couldn't stand Morgana, but Morgana was cute. And he was a sweet character at times, which is why I say I have a love hate relationship with him. Like I loved him sometimes. I loved him sometimes, bro. Like he wasn't. I didn't fully hate Morgana, but most of the time he just irritated me a little bit. He irritated me a little bit. And not to mention Morgana was low key starting shit too. Like I feel like some of the conflicts were directly because of Morgana, right? Because like I said, I loved Ryuji the most, and I loved his character. I feel like them Morgana and Ryuji fighting. It happens a lot throughout the story. Morgana and Ryuji fighting. It was. Don't get me wrong. Ryuji is a hothead at times, but I feel like the times where he blows up and gets mad, I feel like that shit is valid. Because if y'all recall correctly, Morgana was the one that was low key starting shit. If y'all recall correctly, Morgana was low key the one that was starting shit with Ryuji and always putting Ryuji down and always saying shit, talking shit essentially, talking so much shit about Ryuji. And then when Ryuji called it out, all of a sudden the whole group want to be like, guys, stop fighting, stop. Nah, Morgana was the one that was starting shit. My problem with Morgana was that bitch was all bark and no fucking bite. That was my problem with Morgana, bro. That was my problem with Morgana. He would always talk shit about Ryuji, and then the millisecond that Ryuji talks shit back, all of a sudden Morgana's feelings hurt. Like, bro, don't start no shit you can't finish. That was my issue. And his whole arc pissed me off. And I feel like his little temper tantrum, it kind of got in the way of Haru's story a little bit because she was introduced by Morgana. Like the fact that Morgana goes missing in like the middle of the game, we were busy looking out for Morgana, and in the meantime, we met Haru, right? But I feel like her introduction was overshadowed by by Morgana and his bullshit. Which is why I say I kind of couldn't connect with Haru like that. Even though I wanted to, when she was first introduced, I didn't really feel nothing at first because I'm like, damn, like Morgana's doing all this bullshit. I saw Morgana as a bit whiny. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Morgana was still cool to a certain extent. Morgana was still cool, but I felt like he was whiny at times, and that was one of the main things I didn't like about him. That's just me though. At times he does redeem himself. Don't get me wrong. At times he does redeem himself, but I feel like that doesn't erase the bullshit that he was on for the majority of the game. And also, I'm gonna have to leave and come back so we can talk about it. But also, I did not like Akechi, bitch. I could not stand Akechi. I fucking despise Akechi, and I feel bad because the majority of the fandom likes Akechi. The majority of the fandom likes Akechi. I could not fucking stand him. Now look here. We can address the fact that somebody has a good storyline. We can address the fact that he's well written, semi well written. We can appreciate that. We can acknowledge that. But at the same time, you can be a well written character and still be unlikable. And I think we need to consider that. I think we need to consider that. Somebody being well written doesn't automatically make them a good person. You know what I mean? Like who else do I think is well written? Who do I think is a well written character? Not Sukuna. Sukuna, eh. If anything, they need to give Sukuna more story. Not Sukuna. Somebody else. Hmm. Chloe. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll use Chloe. Chloe from Life is Strange is a well written character. She's a very well written character. I understand why she makes the decisions that she makes. I understand why she does what she does. How I understand why she's how what huh? I understand what made her the way she is, right? I fully understand that. But at the same time, that does not make her a likable character. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I fully understand what leads up to the events of the first Life is Strange. I fully understand it. And Life is Strange Before the Storm, I fully understand what led Chloe to be the person that she is in Life is Strange. But at the same exact time, that does not make her a likable character in the first game. I know that she came back for the Life is Strange reunion. I didn't play it. Do I plan on it? I don't know. I don't know if I plan on it. and we can talk about how much I don't like Chloe another time. But yeah, you can be. That goes back to my point. You can be a well written person and still be the most unlikable ever, bro. When it comes to Akechi, I understand why he is the way he is, but in no way does that make him likable at all. At all. Bro. First of all, let's address the fact that I clocked that he was a traitor early on. when they said when you find out that he's the one that rats you out to the police, I wasn't even remotely shocked. I wasn't even remotely shocked at all, bruh. First of all, the main shit that gave it away, right off the bat was when that I forgot what it was, but you were at an event with An, Ryuji, and Morgana, right? And Morgana was speaking. Mind you, the only people that can hear Morgana speak are people that have been in the metaverse. Okay, mind you, keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, the only people that can, so in other words, the only people that can understand Morgana is us, is the group, because we've been to the metaverse, right? When and Morgana was talking about pancakes. Mind you, he the only one that talked about motherfucking pancakes. Okay, he the only one that talked about pancakes, bitch. Keep that in mind. So, bro. Tell me why Akechi pull up in the hallway with us, right? And then he was like, I'm sorry, was somebody talking about pancakes? Mind you, the only people that can understand Morgana are the people that have been in the metaverse, bitch. And then Akechi want to front like he ain't never been in there before. Then Akechi want to front like he ain't never been in the metaverse before. He want to act stupid. That's Akechi. One of the main reasons why I don't like Akechi was because he was a horrible fucking liar, and I knew that he was lying for like the majority of the game. So when it's finally revealed that he's the traitor, I'm like, bitch, I already knew. And the game was treating it like it was like this bizarre thing. Like, oh, how could he rat us out? How could he do it, bro? I already knew. Like it was. It's like that one thing in movies. I forgot what it's called, but like it's when the audience knows something, but the characters don't. It was that shit. I hate it. I hated watching it. I hated watching as if the characters didn't know what was going on. I hated it. And I also feel like I can't stand. This might be just me. I can't stand characters that are like too perfect. Like they're liked by everyone. They seemingly have no flaws and shit like that. I don't like characters like that for some reason. I don't know why. I do not like characters like that. It just don't sit right with me. And usually those be the characters where something be wrong with them. Like the characters that are like seemingly perfect, those be the main characters that be having flaws and shit. So I kind of love and hate those character types. But yeah, I didn't like Akechi at all. Even at the end when he quote unquote redeemed himself, I didn't feel nothing for him. I was just like, ugh. Now I think they fixed that in Persona 5 Royal. They gave him more of like like you know what I mean? Like they gave him more of a storyline to go off of. But yeah, original Persona 5 Akechi, I was not rocking with him. I think the reason why people like Akechi is because they made him more likable. I can only assume Atlus made him more likable in Persona 5 Royal. I can only assume. Because if we're going off of vanilla Persona 5, hell no. Hell no. Akechi is incredibly unlikable in my opinion. Now I do understand why people like no, I don't. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know why people like him. Maybe somebody can enlighten me because I'm like, I really don't know why people like him. Oh, random, but I feel it must be said. I'm gonna have to look up the voice actors, but okay, you know who Akechi reminded me of, Loki, but I didn't want to say it. You know who Akechi reminded me of? Y'all know Adrian Agreste from Miraculous Ladybug, bro. Akechi was literally Adrian Agreste if he was unlikable. That is literally Akechi to me. That is literally Akechi. Akechi is just an unlikable Adrian Agreste. And even then, Adrian was already. Well, Adrian's not unlikable. I mean, he's okay. But And while we're at it, y'all know Shido, the very final palace that you have to go through, like Shido. He low-key reminded me of Gabriel Legress. If Akechi, and then to top it off, you find out that Akechi is Shido's son. I was like, this is Adrian and Gabriel Legress in a whole nother universe. Bitch, this is Miraculous Ladybug in a whole nother universe. And I also say the Miraculous thing because Shido Loki sounds like Hawkmoth. Or is it Scarlet Moth? Whatever the fuck he's called now. I haven't watched Miraculous in years, bitch. Shido Loki reminded me of Hawkmoth because he also sounded like him. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think that's the same voice actor. Because Gabriel Legress, his voice actor, you can kind of recognize his voice everywhere. I'm very sure that he's in Persona 5. I can't prove it. Watch him not be in there, and I'm just talking. Watch him be in there, and I'm just completely wrong. I think he's in there though. I think he's in there. I really do think he's in there, and I think that Ryuji's voice actor is also in Miraculous. That's what I'm saying. It was so similar, bro. I'm very sure the Persona actors later on were in the Miraculous franchise. That's just me though, because I was a Miraculous fan for a very long time. I mean, I still am, but I don't mind getting spoilers for that because I'm like, I don't watch it no more. So I'm like, any spoilers that I get, I'm okay with it. I'm like, I like keeping track of a show without watching it. Sometimes it depends on the show, but depending on the show, I like getting updates of it. I don't like watching it. Like for example, you could not pay me to rewatch Miraculous. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You can't pay me to rewatch My Hero Academia. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's just some things I'm better off just not watching for my sake. Not to mention the plot in Miraculous Ladybug, they didn't really get that shit together until like later on in the seasons. Because I could be wrong. It felt like with the early seasons of Miraculous Ladybug, it felt like the plot was all over the place. It really did. Anyway, I have to go do something, so I'll be right back. We'll be right back to talk more. Okay, y'all, we back like 2 days later. I don't even know what happened. I ain't got no excuse. Okay, I had the day that I recorded the first part of the podcast, I had to leave and go do something, and I guess I got too tired to re-record anything. But yeah, we in my car right now, so if y'all hear like a loud ass fan, that's my AC. That's my fault. That's my fault. Anyway, we gonna get right back into it. Another thing that I did not like about Persona 5 was they were really weird with the character progression. Like don't get me wrong, you can tell that every single character in Persona 5 did progress, but there will be certain scenes where it felt like the progression was just thrown out the window. Like for example, at the end of Shido's palace, right? When Ryuji nearly sacrifices himself so everybody can leave the palace safely and shit. And there's a moment where you think that Ryuji died. Top 10 worst gaming moments in history, in my opinion. But there's a moment where you think that Ryuji died. And the characters are, like, the whole group, like, just crying. Everybody's in shambles. Everybody's so sad, thinking, like, oh, we lost Ryuji. Ryuji's gone. And then when Ryuji comes back, instead of the group, like, being happy he's back, they get mad and just straight up whoop Ryuji's ass for no reason. I was kind of upset about that because I was like, that wasn't even... You might have heard somebody say this before. It was so out of character for them to do that shit. It was so out of character. The only one that I feel would have genuinely whooped his ass is maybe Morgana. Maybe Morgana. Maybe, not even Akechi, for real, if you think about it. Not even Akechi. The only one that I feel canonically would have whooped his ass is Morgana. But no, the whole group want to square up and beat Ryuji because they thought he died. They beat up Ryuji because they were sad about him dying. Like, I don't know. It didn't happen twice. It low-key happened twice. Because at the very end, when you think Morgana's gone, right? The group gets sad. They stay reminiscing. They want to have like this sad ass moment, like, oh, Morgana's gone. We'll never get Morgana back. And then when Morgana comes back, instead of them being happy that Morgana's back, the group get mad at Morgana. It's like, what the fuck? Why are y'all scared to show that y'all were grieving? Why are y'all scared to show that y'all were sad? It's so like, the game has certain moments where like the writing just go out the window temporarily. Like they all the progress just thrown out the window. And I thought that was really weird. I thought that was. I know the Persona 5 characters are nowhere near perfect. They are nowhere near perfect, but I felt those moments were so out of character that it kind of take you out the game a little bit. And speaking of Ryuji, they did him so bad the whole game. He's my favorite, but they did him so bad the whole game. There are so many moments with Ryuji where I felt so bad for him. Like, this could be a stretch. I think the game low-key treats Ryuji like shit. I haven't played Strikers yet, but I'm sure it's going to be the same over there too. The game itself low-key treats Ryuji like shit. I would say out of all the characters, excluding Joker, all the characters besides Joker, I would say Ryuji also went through the worst shit. Was his backstory the worst? Loki? Loki, his backstory was kind of bad. He went through the most shit, and I could be so wrong about this, but people were saying that Ryuji grew up in an abusive household, making the shit even worse, bro. You might find that out in Royal, because I'm saying when I played Vanilla, we didn't really go into his home life like that, but you probably find out in Royal that his family was abusive. So that's even worse. And I hate that, if that's true, I hate that they made the group whoop his ass in that one scene. Because I'm like, damn, it's inconsiderate. It was out of pocket. It was so out of pocket. I hate how the game kind of ignores its own story in some scenes. And it kind of ignores the progression in some of the scenes of the game. Another thing, while we're on it, I don't. Okay, we gotta talk about the dating system in the game, y'all. we have to talk about it now. Okay, I don't have an issue with the girls. Like, I'm cool with Makoto, Haru, Futaba. I'm cool with them. That's not the issue. My issue is the fact that if you want, this is bad that it's even optional, but if you want, you can date the adult women in the game. Like, for example, you can date your homeroom teacher, Kawakami, I think. You can date the doctor in the game. I forgot her name. You can date the doctor. You might be able to date the news reporter that you talk to. I forgot her name too, but you might be able to date her. I don't like the fact that we're playing as a teen and we can date adults in the game. And another thing, we can date grown ass women, but we can't date dudes. It's the fact that, like, I'm aware that there's not really that many LGBTQ plus pro LGBTQ laws in Japan. I'm very aware of that. But I'm like, if we're gonna be able to date adults, like, why not let us date dudes as well? Because this could just be me personally. I mean, I didn't let Joker date anybody because I just didn't want to. But if I had to do it, I felt like he had more chemistry with the dudes in the game. That was just me, though. I feel like he had more chemistry with Ryuji compared to On, right? I feel like he had more chemistry with fucking... I can't stand his ass, but I felt he had more chemistry with fucking Akechi compared to the other characters. And it's just like, the dating system in the game is so weird to me. I don't know if you can date in the other Persona games. I'm gonna have to find out, but I don't like how they how they did it with Persona 5. I felt like that was just weird. That was just super weird. That was really weird. I was really weirded out by that. And the shit that top it off is the fact that you literally beat a creep. Literally, the first boss that you ever do in Persona 5, it involves a creep that be preying on fuck. It includes a creep teacher that be preying on the kids in the school that he works at. That's literally the first boss that you fight. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you make us fight that and then let us be allowed to date creeps? That don't make no fucking sense. That's like, my bad. Let me correct the wording. Allow creeps to date us. That's you know what I mean. Like, why do we have to beat a creep, but we can also date one? That don't make no fucking sense. That don't make no fucking sense. I was so weirded out by the implications of it because you can't really avoid it. If like my last straw was the news reporter confidant that you have, and if you hang out with her long enough, she like there's like a cut scene where she gets caught with Joker, right? And she has to come up with an excuse, and she's like, "Oh, I'm dating him. I'm dating him," because she had to give an excuse on why she was at the bar to her boss or whatever, like her supervisor, whatever. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here because I've been dating him in secret." And then fuck, her supervisor is like, "Ain't he a teenager? Ain't he a minor?" Like, bruh, I hate how the game addresses that it's wrong. The game addresses that it's wrong, but still allows the shit to happen. That was my main issue with Persona 5. It's like Persona 5 forgot its own story for a minute. Like I really did not like that. I really did not like that. But overall though, the game was really good. I can call out the flaws and still enjoy it. The game itself is fucking incredible. Low-key, I would not play it again. And that might be because I just beat it. So I don't really have the desire to replay it. Because, and I'm going to tell y'all why, bro. I do not want to replay Persona 5 because I know for a goddamn fact, if I replay Persona 5, I'm going to have to do Okumura's Palace again. I don't want to do that shit again. I really do not. For anybody that knows, okay, Okumura's Palace was not hard. Exactly. I mean, it was difficult, but it wasn't the hardest palace. It was the most repetitive palace. I never. It was the most tedious fucking palace. It is the most tedious fucking palace out of the whole fucking game. I don't give a damn. It is it is the worst. Actually, no, it's not. We gonna rank palaces in a minute because I'm like, no, it's not. It is probably the top worst palaces out of that whole fucking game. Now, which one do I think is the worst palace of all time? Loki. The very end. I think Loki. I think Shido's was the worst one, and I think there was something about Shido's palace that I did not like. There was something about his palace I did not like. I forgot what it was. It might. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I kept getting lost at Shido's Palace, but also I kept getting lost at Okumura's Palace as well. I kept Okumura's Palace and Shido's Palaces. I hate those palaces the most because I kept getting lost. I kept getting lost in both of them. With Okumura's Palace, the palace was long as hell. It was so long. It was so long. I kept getting lost. They keep every time you think you was closer to the treasure, they kept adding extra shit. I hated that. Could not fucking stand that. Could not fucking stand that. Every time you think you a step closer, they push you about 5 steps back. That pissed me off so bad. I could not stand it. I could not stand it, bro. Cheetos Palace was slightly easier, but I still did not like it for some reason. I think like it might have. Oh shit! Okay, I know what it was. There were so many boss battles in Cheetos Palace. I don't know why. Like You kept having to fight for your life in Shido's palace. I don't know what it was like. You had to fight to get the letters of entry. Why am I forgetting most of the game, and I just played it? You had to get the letters of recommendation or letters of entry or whatever from every fucking big time millionaire. You had to fight them every time because they would never give you the letter of entry like up front. You had to fight for all of them. And then at the end, you had to fight Shido. I just it felt like I was doing the most fighting in that palace. But I guess since it was the last palace, you kind of do have to go out with a bang. So I kind of understand. I kind of understand why Shido's was hard. Okumura's had no fucking business being that fucking difficult. I'm so sorry. You cannot pay me to go back over there. I fucking hated that. Now which palace I like the most? Loki? Do you pronounce her name Sai? Makoto's sister. Let me think. I'm about to look it up real quick. Hold on. Okay, apparently. Okay, apparently it's Sai. Apparently, y'all gonna have to correct me on that. I know I probably butchered that up. But yeah, Sai's palace. I actually like hers the most because first of all, I didn't have to fight that much. That's that was what I loved about it right off the bat. I didn't have to fight that much, and I loved how they put they tied gambling like you have to actually gamble in the palace. I loved how they did that shit. They tied like this arcade aspect to it along with the fighting. Like they made it fun. In my opinion, that was the most fun palace because it wasn't just like strictly fighting. And I know you have to fight when you go to Mementos in the palace. I do understand that, but after a while, the fighting does get repetitive. Especially if you're powerful, especially if you're beyond like a level 50. Like if you're beyond level 50, most of them battles are easy as hell. Like if you maybe not 50, level 60. If you're beyond levels 50 to 60, every fucking mini boss, every fucking battle is easy as hell. So it kind of gets repetitive after that point, and I felt like with Sai's Palace, they weren't really. I don't know. It felt like a nice change of pace compared to the former palaces. Loki, I'm not gonna say that the other palaces were forgettable, but like they didn't really stick to me like that. Kamoshida's was. I mean, his palace was okay. You know, Okumura's. I remember that one the most because I fucking hated it the most. The other ones, low key forgot about them. I can't even lie. Like for example, there was this one billionaire who was so forgettable. I forgot about him so fast. I forgot who it was. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, it was Kanashiro's. Yeah, see, I already forgot, bro. Kanashiro's Palace. Like I said, that one was probably the most forgettable one I ever did. I don't. It's like he was okay. Maybe it's because like how quick it happened. I don't know. It might have been like how quick his palace was compared to the others. He was probably the most forgettable in my opinion. I forgot about his story hella quick. Not gonna hold you. Um. Oh, Futaba's Palace. Futaba's Palace wasn't that bad. I actually liked hers. I liked hers, and Madarama's was pretty interesting. But so, if I would say like my top palaces, I would say Sai's Palace, Futaba's Palace, and let me see. Yeah, I'd say Madarame, bro. I don't know if I already said it. I was avoiding Mementos. I don't know. I think it was because it was also really repetitive in my opinion. So I was doing everything. I still did some of the requests. I did maybe like 3 or 4 requests. I think I did the majority of the requests. I think I only had like 3 requests left, but I didn't do them, bro. I was going out of my way to avoid it because I low key did not like going. So when I learned that at the very end we had to go back to Mementos and we had to steal the treasure from like the people, I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking mad, bro. I was so fucking pissed because I did not like Mementos at all, bro. But I will say I would probably recommend this, Loki. I will say I think the thing that helped me out was I completed most of the game and then I went to Mementos. I think that's probably what did me some good because I was able to beat most of the battles really easy. Because by the time I went back to Mementos, I was already on like level 70 something. I would probably recommend that to people. I would probably recommend that to people because the fight, there are so many like little bosses in Mementos. Like Mementos is like just fighting. It's literally just fighting. That is all you're doing. And well, you're driving around and then you're looking for the exit, but in the meantime, you're fighting people. I did not like being stuck at a level every freaking time. So when I was at level 70 and I finally went down there, most of the battles was easy. And then some of them they don't even let you fight because they're just that fucking weak. Like sometimes you can just walk up on a boss and just rip their mask off and just keep moving like this. That's like the game told you the fight ain't even worth it, in my opinion. I did like that. Um if I feel we got to talk about the ending of the game too. The ending of the game kind of threw me off. I like the ending, but it threw me off because there's a character that helps you throughout the game named Igor, right? I was okay. The ending threw me off so bad because I genuinely thought that Shido was the last person. I genuinely thought that Shido was the last fucking person that I ever had to fight. So I didn't get no medicine for the group. I didn't make no coffee. I ain't get nothing with SP in it, right? Because I genuinely thought Shido was gonna be my last. So when I find out, not only did I have to go back to Mementos, I find out there's really another boss. It I was so confused and so surprised. You think that you're talking to somebody named Igor the whole time. Turns out, no, you're not. You're talking to a fucking god. You're talking to like the god of choice or something like that. And he turns out he's a god that's been against you the whole fucking time. He trying to what the fuck was his goal? He was trying to like shit. What was he trying to do? Again, I just played the game. I already forgot that shit. I promise you, my memory good. Hold on. I promise you, my memory good, bro. Oh yeah, God of Control. Okay, yeah. He was basically like he called himself the God of Control, and he was basically every fucking sin. Like he was all of the seven deadly sins wrapped into one god. And I still don't know what the fuck he wanted. His fucking his motive was weird as shit. He was like he wanted let me see. He wanted to basically rule over the world, and he was the manifestation of he was basically the manifestation of control. Like he was, and then you find out that he was responsible for a lot of shit. He was responsible for the fucking media going the way it did, like the media going against the Phantom Thieves in the game. You find out he's responsible for Lavenza being split into two. You find out he's responsible for a lot of shit. Like the deeper issues that you had in the game were basically his fucking fault. And you basically have to whoop a god's ass at the very end of the game. If you told me I was gonna have to fight a fucking god, I would have laughed in your face. If you told me when I first started playing, I'm gonna have to whoop a god's ass, I would have thought you were fucking joking. The way that after the Holy Grail shit, the game stopped making sense to me for a hot minute. And then he basically like he tries to take over the world, and he almost does it. He literally wipes the Phantom Thieves off the planet temporarily. Like it's like some wild ass shit. And you whoop his ass, and then the world is back together again, right? Like the world is no longer in shambles and shit. That was really fucking wild to me. That was really wild to me. Persona 5, Persona 5 made me realize how much I was not doing. I hope this makes sense. Persona 5 made me realize how much I was not doing with my life. Earlier when I said I found Persona 5 at the right time, I truly do believe that. I found Persona when I was just cruising, like just cruising through life. And I really did not know what to do with it. I was just, it's kind of like, it's like having gold and you don't know if you want to melt the shit. You don't know if you want to sell it. You know, you kind of sit with gold. Like, it's kind of like sitting with treasure and you don't know you don't know what to do with it. And I created my blog around the time when I was still playing Persona 5. I was like in the middle of it when I created it. I was in the middle of Persona 5 when I created CD.net. Like, the best way I can describe it is like Persona 5 made me realize like there's nothing stopping me from doing the shit that I want to do. Like there's nothing stopping me. There's so much time in the world, bro. Like you can't possibly. I think we underestimate the amount of time that we have. But I can't really blame us because I feel like a lot of us also don't know what to do with our time for real. A lot of us are kind of like bored. I think there's a lot of people out there that genuinely don't know what to do. And don't know how to spend their time and don't know there's people that don't know that they can do multiple things with their time. Because like if you play Joker, you see how like he goes to school, right? Like he has to go. Like there's no what the fuck is it called? There's no way to get around shit like that. We all have something in our day where like we have to do it. Like some people have to go to school, and I know a lot of us as adults we have to go to work. Some of us are in college. We gotta go to college. You know what I mean? Like there's some shit in our day that we have no choice but to do. But we can also do more with our time because like Joker, he literally goes to school, and you have free time after that. You have free time after school in the game. You have free time after school, and then it cuts to the evening. And depending on whether or not you go to a palace or not, you have fuck whether or not depending on whether or not you go to a palace, you have time in the evening to do whatever, right? Bro, when I tell you I did so many things, I try to do as many things as I could. When I had Joker, I was putting all that work into like stats. I was trying to hang out with like his friends and shit like that. I'm like, we could easily take the shit that Joker does and put that shit into our real life. And I think I could definitely use that shit for myself, because when I was working at my bakery job, I would come home. I'd come home early too. I'd come home at like 3 o'clock. I'd be so tired I wouldn't want to do nothing, and then I would just lay down. And then bam, I wake up, my whole day be wasted. My whole day gone, bro. I'll go to sleep at 5. I'll go to sleep at 4 or 5. I'll wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. I'll be like, God damn, I can't do nothing. And I think that was one of the reasons why I was so bored with my life. I genuinely was not doing shit. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't going out. I wasn't talking to my friends like that. And then I was so confused. I'm like, damn, why am I not having a good time, bro? Like, bitch, you ain't doing shit. I know some of us, we genuinely be too tired to do any fucking thing. I do understand that. But I also think some days we kind of have to make ourselves get up, and we got to make ourselves do some shit. That's what I had to start doing. I had to start going out even though I was tired. I'm still doing it. I'm, like I said, I'm currently in my fucking car. Like, obviously I'm out and about right now. I was in such a bad mood this morning. I don't even know why. Might have been because I woke up a little early, but you know, mornings usually put me in a bad mood. But when I woke up, I was so sad and in such a bad mood. And then I'm like, well, shit, let me go to the store real quick. Like, it's something little. Like, you can just do little shit. You ain't got to do nothing extravagant. Like, just take yourself out to like a little place. You know, walk down the street or something, bro. And I feel a lot better now compared to when I first woke up. And I think it's little shit like that that we can do for ourselves and make shit a lot better. And I hate that a video game made me realize that. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I hate that a video game literally made me look at life differently. Like, I guess that's the point for some pieces of. I guess that's the point of art. To be honest, I feel like one of the main points of art is to make you look at something differently. It's either to comfort you or change your perspective. And I feel like Persona 5 definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things. Um, I don't know. When I finished that game, I felt a weird sense of ambition. That's the best way I can describe. I felt a very weird sense of ambition. Seeing somebody, even though they were fictional, seeing somebody achieve so much shit, and okay, seeing somebody being able to do multiple things at once, like go out, hang out with friends, go to work, go to school, um, get closer to the people in their life, form connections and shit like that. Seeing somebody do shit like that, it made me think like, oh, I can do that shit myself. Let me try that shit. And I have made a lot of friends since I started playing that game. I started going out of my way to befriend people. I have made connections partially because of that game. And I think that's amazing. I think Persona 5 can push people to do shit. Now, I I don't know if Persona 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, I don't know if those give the same message, but that was what I gained from Persona 5. Um and to be honest, I think I'm fucking obsessed with it. Like like I'll be looking at Persona 5 video essays now. Like I'm so fucking obsessed with the game. Low key, I haven't been obsessed with a game like this since like GTA. No. Watch Dogs 2. I haven't been obsessed with a game like this in this kind of way since I played Watch Dogs 2, and I was fucking obsessed with Watch Dogs 2. I still am, considering my name is fucking Cyber Driver. I still am. I'm so obsessed with that game, and that game kind of opened my eyes too. Like seeing, I love games where I'm seeing people literally enjoy life. Like I love role playing games. I love adventure shit. Like I love just seeing people live, if that makes sense. Because and that might have been because I don't like my own life, or I didn't like my own life at the time. So me seeing somebody enjoy theirs, it was really comforting. It was really comforting for me at the time. Um, and I feel like in a way the games that I played kind of pushed me to be the person that I am. Anyway, would I recommend Persona 5 to people? Man, fuck yes, bro. I would recommend, bro. In my opinion, it don't really matter which one you play. You can get Persona 5 vanilla, you can get royal. I definitely wouldn't recommend playing Strikers first because that's what I did. That's how I found out about Persona 5. I found Persona 5 Strikers. I found a physical copy at a fucking pawn shop one day, and that shit was like $17. I was like, well, shit, let me get it. And I played Persona 5 Strikers first, and I did a little bit of research, and I found out that I was actually playing the sequel and not the first game. So I didn't. I left Strikers alone for a minute, and then I was randomly on the PlayStation Store, and I found Persona 5 on sale. So I was like, oh shit! Like I felt the shit was fate. So I felt the shit was destiny. So I'm like, well, shit. Let me go put it in my cart real quick. So next thing you know, I'm spending a whole year playing the shit, and now it's literally my top five favorite games of all time, and it's not number five, and it's not number four, and it's not number three. Y'all get the point, right? Like it's not like literally top games of all time. I love I love trying new shit because it's hard for me to do. I love trying new shit and then I fuck around and love it. I love it. Top 10 experiences. I love trying something new just because, and I end up loving it. And I don't regret playing it either. And I'm a gaming YouTuber. It's some games that I really regret fucking picking. I ain't gonna tell y'all which ones. I don't want to hurt y'all feelings. There are some games that I really do regret playing. But I would say like if I had the opportunity to play this shit again for the first time, I would. And I can finally check out the manga because Persona 5 has a manga and they have an anime. I'm gonna check them out. I heard the anime was straight ass. I heard the anime was ass. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll take ass this one time. Cause I like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney too, and they got an anime and their anime was really bad. I one thing I've learned is if the game has an anime, you better off not watching it. Well, it depends because Danganronpa had an anime, and I thought this was pretty good. I thought this was really good. Anytime I learn that like my favorite franchise got like a movie or some shit like that, I'm watching it. I don't care. If you solely care about quality alone, if you just care about quality, I wouldn't recommend watching the anime or anything like that. But if you really don't care and you just like the franchise, I recommend watching their anime or whatever in their reading their manga. I think Ace Attorney got a manga too. We gonna have to talk about another. We gonna have to talk about that a whole another day. But anyway, is there anything else I want to add? I talked about this game for like an hour plus. I don't even. I really think I was repeating myself for the majority of it. I just that's just to reiterate how good the shit was. I'm sorry. That's just to reiterate how good it was. I love the I love everything about the fucking game. I love everything about it. I love the connections that ass felt real. They felt real. Like I feel like there's at least one character in that game that reminds you of somebody in real life. You know what I mean? Like I can see like there's a few people in my life that kind of remind me of Sojiro or somebody like Futaba. You know what I mean? Like they for fictional characters to be fictional characters, they genuinely felt like real people. and they felt like real connections. Like I said, if I ever feel like it, I might play Persona 5 Royal. Again, I don't think I'm missing out on that much. I can't. I'm a cube to stack. I don't think I'm missing out on that much. And Loki, I'm not even ashamed that I played vanilla. But if I'm ever up to it, I'll give it a try, and then it'll give me an excuse to make another episode about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That might be it. That might be it. I can't go on too long about this game because I don't want to talk too long. I don't want to shit already hour long. I don't want to talk too long. And I need to work on other shit because like I said, I owe y'all a bully episode. I owe y'all bully part 2. First of all, so we need to work on that shit. I owe y'all a few articles, and I owe y'all announcements for April because I still didn't give y'all that. Hopefully by the time this is up, I'll either be close to finishing or it's already up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to hear from me again, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Or if you liked the episode, be sure to give it a like. Or you can do both. You can subscribe and you can like. That's always great. That's always great. You can do that if you want. I would deeply appreciate it. I have a blog. It's called CD.net. Over there, we talk about nerdy shit. We talk about music. We talk about fashion too. Basically, all of my interests are just on one website, and I like to write. So if y'all are into that, I will link it down below for y'all. I also have a letterbox of Black History Month, Black History movies. If y'all are into that, I will link those down below. We're very nerdy over here, very nerdy. Let me see what else. I am the most active on my TikTok and Blue Sky. I will link those down below. I also have an Instagram. I'm not that active on there. If to keep it real with y'all, Instagram might get deleted or deactivated. It's gonna be wonderful because I really can't see myself keeping up on Instagram right now. Instagram is not that interesting to me no more. Anyway, I will link all my socials down below if y'all are into that. Next video has to be bully. I don't care what it is. My next video gotta be bully related. The next video has to be bully part 2. Cause I've been holding it off for too long. It's been like 3 weeks since I played. I gotta get back to it. But yeah, I think that's all. I hope you guys are having a good night or day whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you all in the next video whenever I choose to upload. Okay, I love you all and bye.